All right, welcome to Notes 10.6 Part 2. So now we're going to go on to some special cases. So some special cases are what happens if you don't see certain things in this y equals mx plus b. So y equals mx plus b. What happens if there's no b, there's no y-intercept? Well, then your y-intercept is the origin. If it's not there, it goes through 0, 0. What happens if there's no x or mx, no mx? Well, then there's no mx. If it's just like y equals, like, say, 5, then the slope is 0. 0 slope. There's no slope there, the slope is 0. And then finally, what happens if it's x equals a number? Then we have a undefined graph, right? We've kind of talked about this already. If you draw a coordinate plane and at every value x is, say, 1, then you're just going to have this vertical line where no matter what the y value is, the x value will always be 1, and you get this undefined line. So for number 9, the slope is easy. The slope is 2 over 1 or negative 2 over negative 1. And the y-intercept, since it's not there, right, y equals mx. I see the mx part, but I don't see the plus b or the minus b part. Then the y-intercept is 0, 0, the origin. If it's not there, it's the origin. If it's not there, it's 0. So the slope for number 10 is negative 3 over 1 or 3 over negative 1. And again, the y-intercept is not there, so it's 0, 0. For number 11, there is no mx part, right? You see y equals negative 7. A lot of people would be tempted to say the slope is negative 7, but it's only a slope if there's an x attached to it. So there's no slope. That is the b part. We're missing the mx part. We have the b part. So the slope is 0. You don't have to say 0 over 1, 0 over negative 1. You can say 0. And the y-intercept is 0, negative 7. For y equals 8, again, there's no mx part, so the slope is 0. And the y-intercept is 0, 8. And this is our really special one, number 13 and 14. The case, alarm bell should go off in your head. When you have x equals 8, x equals a number. Notice how all the rest of them were y equals, right? So this x equals is super special. That should signify an undefined slope and a y-intercept of none. There will be no y-intercept. No y-intercept. Because if you take a look at the graph again that I drew over here, right? This is x equals 1, right? That's that graph of x equals 1. At every single point, x was equal to 1. Now, look at that. The graph never crosses the y-axis, so there's no y-intercept. So for the slope for x equals negative 2, the slope is, again, since it's x equals, it's undefined. And do undefined graphs have y-intercepts? No y-intercept, right? Unless they're actually talking about, like, the y-axis, right? So if they said something like x equals y, right? And they're literally talking about that y-axis. So we can also, if given the slope and the y-intercept, you can also write equations. So basically, again, if I've given you an m and a b, you're just plugging it into that equation and writing it. So give me the equation of a line that has a slope of 4 and a y-intercept of 2. That's just y equals 4x, got the 4 from right there, plus 2, right there. That's mx plus b. Give me the equation of a line where the slope is 3 and the y-intercept is negative 6. Y equals 3x minus 6, right? 3 from right there, and negative 6 is the minus 6. Give me the slope of an equation where m is 1 and b is 7. So y equals, you could say 1x, but get used to it. They're going to go ahead and usually just put an x. So y equals x plus 7. Where m is negative 3 and b is 5. That's y equals negative 3x plus 5. What's the slope of the equation where the slope is 1/2 and the y-intercept is 9? That's y equals 1/2. You put the fraction out in front, attach it to x plus 9. What's the slope? What's the equation for a slope of negative 2/3 and that says negative 4 for a y-intercept? Y equals negative 2/3. Notice you don't matter where you put the negative sign. You can put it up with the 2, you can put it down with the 3, you can put it out in front of the whole fraction, doesn't matter. So y equals negative 2/3 x minus 4. And then an equation where the slope is just 2. They don't give you a y-intercept, that's just y equals 2x. Notice my y-intercept is missing. And then where the slope is just 1, that's just y equals -1x or just -x. Okay, that's the end of part 2.